Sit, BooBoo. Sit. Good dog.
Kenya, what's the matter with BooBoo? Huh? What's the matter with that old dog? Poor BooBoo. Poor Kenya. Okay, stop it. Okay, it's enough. Leave him alone. We're gonna go bury him now, okay? What do you think? Sierra, not right now. Okay, guys. I guess I gotta update you. BooBoo died last night. Yeah. Sierra thinks I abandoned him. Normally she stops barking after we've been on the road for a while. Not today. Kenya knows what's going on. That's why she's being so clingy. She went and gave him a good sniff this morning. You may have seen that if I decide to upload that part. Sierra, really a smart dog, but I don't think she, other than my old cat Killer, I don't think she's seen anybody die before. So she's a little confused. I think she got the picture to be quiet though. How am I doing? I'm doing. I'm alive. My new friend Alex helped me dig a hole for BooBoo. There are several pet cemeteries spread around Quartzsite. I'm not going to tell you which one we used, but glad they were there. I was worried the ground would be really hard to dig in, but a lot of it's loose sand from being washed out over the years, so wasn't too bad. I am worried that it hasn't hit me yet. I think I'm still kind of in shock. You know, I expected him to die a couple years ago. Before we went up to the eclipse that summer, I was like, is he gonna make it? I almost didn't leave because I was worried about him. But he made it. And he made it through the next trip, and the next trip, and the next trip. And then I worried, was he going to make it here to Arizona? He did. Then I was worried, was he going to die during the RTR? He didn't. Then I worried, was he going to die during my week running a booth at Tyson Wells? He didn't. We waited until the next day and then he died. Almost like he knew that would be not the best time for me, but a better time for me. Ideally, I would have waited until I got to the slabs. And then there's also a pet cemetery there. I could have paid a couple guys to dig the hole for me. That little Corolla is making a heck of a racket. You can't see it. It just passed us. He made it to 19. That's pretty darn good for a dog. I'm going to have to grieve at some point, even though I was, you know, in a weird way, it's also a big relief because he's needed so much help the last couple of years. Now, finally, for a change, I'm not going to smell like dog pee all the time. I can be a normal person, maybe invite, you know, girls back to my house once in a while and not have to be embarrassed of the old pissy dog. I don't have to keep spending money on pee pads for him to lay on and diapers for him. I should wash those diapers up though. I may be able to give them to somebody else with an old dog at some point. Normally I drive this thing, I know that I'm a little upset. I don't feel it, I feel like I'm dealing with it very well. But normally I cruise this thing between 55 and 60. And I keep looking down and seeing my speedometer at 65 and 70 and even 71, which this will do it, especially with the new tires. But it's not good. So that's how I know that I must still be a little bothered by all of this. We're gonna get off at this next exit because I need to take a shower after digging a hole. And I hear they have good pizza at this truck stop. And I gotta eat something. That sounds pretty good. So they're gonna start barking like crazy as soon as I pull off the road. Probably. And I'll probably have to end this. I just wanted to update you guys. I know I did that kind of cryptic little video last night. See ya. We're okay. We're all a little screwed up, but we're okay. I don't know if I'll replace him. You know, 3 dogs is a lot. if I should happen to come across another German Shorthair Pointer puppy, Dalmatian mix puppy, that was born after today, I'll have to get him. I've always, you know, I've spoke to you guys about my religious beliefs in the past, but I believe a lot more than just what my religious peers would agree. I do believe in reincarnation, at least for pets. I'm still not quite sure about people, but I do think it's possible. But I really do believe in reincarnation for pets. And so, if the right dog comes along, it may not even have to be that breed, but it's going to have to be the right dog, and it's going to have to be born today or shortly after this day. But I mean, with pets, if there is reincarnation, he could be reborn as another puppy today, 6 months from now get hit by a car and be reincarnated again. And that's how I'm pretty sure that my cat Sammy is my cat killer in a new life. And there was a couple years in between. I don't think he was just like in limbo the whole time. I think he went and lived as an outdoor cat for a while and got that out of his... Sierra, you're about to have a second life if you don't shut up. You ready? I gotta end this, guys. Sorry. I'm gonna try to keep doing more videos. I got to meet a lot of people I always wanted to meet, and that was fun. I'm still just kind of a little screwed up in the head, can you tell? Okay, I'm gonna end this. I gotta get in here and find a parking spot and put a muzzle on Sierra. I'm not gonna muzzle her. I do have one though, because if I ever take her on the bus in Mammoth, she'll need to wear it. This is the most truck stop I've ever seen. Sierra! How do you have a truck stop with no parking? What the heck's the matter with you? Ehrenberg Flying J. Your pizza can be the best pizza in the world. If I can't park here, can you tell I'm still a little mad? I have a short fuse today. But literally, this is the tiniest truck stop I've ever seen in the world. Where is a person supposed to park? I'm gonna end this video. You don't want to hear me just complaining about stuff. Anyways, we're okay. We're off to our next destination. It feels really weird leaving BooBoo behind. It's also going to make my life easier in a lot of ways. He went fairly quick. If he was still, you know, suffering this morning, I had already know where the local vet's offices are and what days they're open. I looked into all that before I came here in case I had to put him down. He had a pretty... You guys want to hear the gruesome details? It's not really that gruesome. Sunday night, he started breathing heavy, and his gums went kind of pale. But by Monday morning, he was back to his normal self. His gums had color. He was breathing fine. He wasn't eating and drinking as much as he normally does, but he did eat and drink. And then last night, he didn't really seem comfortable. I went to bed early for me because I kind of could sense something was up. And yeah, I woke up about an hour later and he was puking, and I thought he died right then. He went completely limp. I thought he choked on his puke, and so I kind of, out of just shock, I'm like, BooBoo, BooBoo, and I shook him and I kind of massaged his throat and held his mouth open, and I thought he was a goner for like a minute. There was like no response, and then he came back. Kind of probably think maybe I should have just let him go at that point, but he came back, so I gave him a little while. He seemed to be okay again. While I was worried about him, I pulled up, the website for the vet that I wanted to use so I could call him first thing in the morning. And I went back to sleep. Woke up again about 3 a.m. and he was making kind of a gurgling sound and having a lot of trouble breathing. And that's when I knew it was time. And it was fairly quick. I don't know how long he was suffering before I woke back up, but after I woke up, he was, you know, having serious trouble breathing for maybe 5 minutes, and then he passed, and it was for sure that time. And it was 3 a.m., so I went outside and got my breath, kind of tried to get my bearings and walk it off a little bit. The girls didn't notice until morning. We just left him on the bed, covered him up, just slept there with him all night. I've got to end this. This is what, 10 minutes, and I haven't said anything. Nobody's going to watch this long. Nobody really cares. I know some of you do, but most of you are looking to be entertained, not depressed, right? So I'm done. I'm going to shut this video off. I'm going to go in here and get a shower, have a slice of pizza, if I can even eat, and throw away some trash. Do whatever you want. Don't let anybody tell you you can't. And yeah, spend time with everybody you care about now, because life is short.